now turn up.
What up is Marcus Dynasty Football Dads. We're going to be doing the last Superflex rookie rankings before the NFL draft. If you're new to the channel, we are going to be giving away a Jerry Jeudy signed jersey. When we hit 1K, we'll be giving it away to one of you guys, and then we'll be doing another giveaway after that. So I'm just going to do the top, let's say, 15 here. If you want 16 through, let's say, 25, go to the 1 QB league because ultimately those are still positional players and it'll go a little bit deeper. But I think 15 and on is an important spot to be at because 15 is right where Rondale Moore is in Superflex, and he's a first-round pick when we're talking about 1 QB, and he's really close to Elijah Moore. That's what I was talking about in the 1 QB league. But Rondale Moore, my wide receiver 5 right now, his two biggest things is his height, 5'7", and that he is injury-prone and has been injury-prone at Purdue. But ultimately, besides that, you're talking about a guy that is very fast, a thick 5'7", kind of like this power short, like he's just a very unique player. There's not many players that exemplify what he is. I mean, you look at the past NFL, even the last 10 years, and you're like, well, he's very unique, and so is he an outlier to a lot of these things? Is he not? That's going to be really a big question on where his draft capital is going to be at the next level. Number 14 is going to be Jalen Waddle. He's my wide receiver 4, but number 14 here. 2 years older than Rondale Moore, but again, Jalen Waddle is somebody that is recovering from an injury, so we do have to keep an eye out on that. But, I mean, he's a dynamic returner and wide receiver, and I have no, I think, issues him going on to the next level. And I said in the 1 QB league, a 1 QB video, he is the closest thing to Tyreek Hill, and Tyreek Hill is this unicorn out there, so he is the closest thing to him. Number 13, this is probably where I'm going to get bashed a lot, but right now it's going to be Mac Jones. I think he'll be and I told people this a month ago, even 2 months ago, I thought he was going to be a top 15 overall pick, and I still think that. And the reason for it, because 15 is the Patriots. And spoiler, I think he's going to be a Patriot. But I think that Mac Jones' ceiling is Kirk Cousins, and that's his ceiling, because I know he's not very mobile. And his floor is just a quarterback that honestly has no rushing ability in fantasy and only his throwing abilities. And in this day and age, I would rather have so many quarterbacks that just have that upside of rushing, whether it's Jalen Hurts, even like a Carson Wentz, who, again, is more mobile than like a Mac Jones. And that's why Kyle Trask, another quarterback that is way down my rankings, because, again, Kyle Trask is Phillip Rivers, but the old Phillip Rivers, not the young Phillip Rivers. Anyways, so that's where I have him. Kyle Pitts, yes, Kyle Pitts, number 12. Will he go in Superflex leagues at 12? No, he will be drafted way higher. But ultimately, I want the quarterbacks, the running backs, and a couple of elite wide receivers ahead of him. And there's reasons for it, but this is where I have Kyle Pitts going. I understand I won't have probably very many shares of Kyle Pitts, if any, and I'm okay with that because I know that he, again, is an outlier to a lot of things, but even if he is this next generational talent, the next Vernon Davis type of player. Vernon Davis, again, disappointed. Evan Ingram, who I compare a lot to him, disappointed. There's very little air for him to go up because everyone's already assuming he's a top 4 or 5 dynasty tight end. He's number 6 for me. But that right now, he's just going to be at number 12 in this draft. Number 11 is going to be Rashad Bateman. He is ultimately a little shorter, a little smaller than we thought. 6 feet tall, not 6'2", and lost about 15, 20 pounds. He's a good X-wide receiver, and he does everything right. And he was in a system that did a lot of running, so he can run block. He can be deceptive with his run blocking into routes. So good RPO schemes, I think, would be awesome for him. And so he's my wide receiver number 3, number 11 overall. Number 10 is going to be Jamar Chase. This is probably the lowest you're going to see Jamar Chase in a lot. You see a lot of these players that you're probably going, what? Jamar Chase, number 10? He's not going to make it there. He's not going to, but he's my... I'd rather have the elite running backs and quarterbacks over him. And so he's going to be 10. Number 9 is going to be Devontae Smith right ahead of him. And so my top 8 don't even include any wide receivers or tight ends or anything like that, which is kind of shocking for probably a lot of people. But that's where I have them. Things could change after post-draft. That's why you're watching it now, just to see what things really do change. But Devontae Smith, my number 1 wide receiver, he does everything amazing. He's just 6 feet tall, 166 pounds, and that's what's going to be held against him. until he starts performing. It's one of those things. I even see it in basketball. I see it in hockey. I see it in baseball. I see it in football. If you're too small, you get kind of this kind of shunned, or you kind of get this devalued look. Stephen Curry was known for bad ankles and being super skinny and not going to be able to make it to the next level, and then he became an MVP in basketball. It happens in every single league and every single thing. If you're undersized, they're going to devalue you, and I think that's wrong for Devontae Smith because he is really, really amazing. Number 8, and I talked about this in the 1 QB league, but Kenneth Gainwell, and he could definitely shoot down the boards, but I think he's going to be a top 3 round pick, and I think he's going to go into a spot where he is going to have a majority of the carries. He's going to have like an Antonio Gibson type rookie year. That's going to be my prediction. That's why he's my running back for number 8. Number 7, Javonte Williams. Javonte Williams, an amazing 3-down running back at North Carolina. He shared time with Michael Carter in college, but you're looking at a 20-year-old running back that really can be brutal and be physical, like a Nick Chubb type. He has really good vision too. I really do like Javonte Williams. He could be easily number 2 or number 1 in a lot of people's analytics and a lot of people's even rankings, but he's number 3 for me. I mean, it's close, but number 2, Travis Etienne. I still love his big playability. I love how he is elite at certain things, and that is acceleration and that is speed. I mean, he's a late 4.3s guy, and even that, I mean, he has really good contact balance. I think sometimes vision is a little sketchy at times, and he doesn't have a ton of wiggle. He's kind of a straight line guy, but he does have really good contact balance. So, like, when he is getting straight, it's hard to stop him, and it's hard, and you sometimes bounce off of him because he does have really good balance. Number 5 is going to be Zach Wilson, and Zach Wilson, I think, is a risky player. He looks really good. He has the type of abilities to be a Josh Allen type, but just personally, out of the 4 quarterbacks, he is my least favorite of the 4. They're all 2 through 4 are so close. 2 through 4 are just so close. And so if you're mad at me for having him ahead or behind Trey Lance, that's fine. You have Trey Lance in front of him, or behind him, that's perfectly okay. Because Trey Lance is my number 4, and he's a huge risk because he is very raw. He didn't have a lot of starting time, and that's kind of his bad. But his good things are he has an elite legs, elite arm. We were talking Deshaun Watson upside, and that is top 5 upside. He has it, and he could easily be that. My number 3 is going to be Najee Harris. This is where we just have to invest into that running back, and I think that I understand I split a running back into that tier, but he is a very, very safe running back in my opinion. He has the perfect size. I think he has all the traits that we're looking for. The only thing that people say is elite speed, and I think he's just fast enough. And he has increased his abilities every single year. He's gotten better and better and better. So I love Najee Harris. Number 2, Justin Fields. I think he's going to go to San Francisco, but looking more and more tape, Justin Fields is a really, really good quarterback. He's not your typical Ohio State quarterback. I always say draft the person. Don't draft the previous. Like, don't put harm against them because Dwayne Haskins was there or any of the other horrible Ohio State quarterbacks that have come out. I think Justin Fields is a different quarterback, and I really do. I mean, him and Trevor Lawrence have been battling their entire careers against each other, being the number 1 quarterback in the country. And so that's where number 1 is going to be Trevor Lawrence, and it's a wide margin. Realistically, Trevor Lawrence is safe. He's perfect. I mean, I don't know what else you want to say. Like, the guy's got 2 first names, William and Trevor. I mean, his name's William Trevor Lawrence. So, yeah, Will Lawrence, my number 1 player. Easy, kind of obvious, but just thought you guys would like to know that it's obvious. And, I mean, if you realistically, the only decision you have at 1-on-1 is what is somebody going to package to get to you? Or if you're trading back, what are you going to get for it? Because you're going to need a quarterback and a really good player. You're going to need Trey Lance, and you're going to need like a Jalen Waddle. And even that, it's like, do you really want to give up Trevor Lawrence, the next potential of Andrew Luck or Peyton Manning? And those both did amazing in fantasy. So, again, this is Marcus with Dynasty Football Dads. Can't wait till draft time. It's going to be right here. All right. So, free Jerry Jeudy jersey. When we hit 1K, we'll be giving it to one of you guys. All right. Peace out. Take care.
Now turn up.